Well, the team that we expected to win the AFC West is now without a quarterback, and really in a quarterback controversy, potentially. The Raiders, who had to turn to rookie Connor Cook after Matt McGloin was injured. What do you expect to see from them this weekend?
To be honest, I think they're, I don't know if I want to say better off with Connor Cook, but I think Connor Cook gives them a higher ceiling. I think he gives them more of a chance to come out and kind of be surprising offensively. I think Matt McGloin, you know what he is, and what Matt McGloin is what he brought to the offense early in that game Sunday. You know, he's not a guy they're going to let test the field a lot. He's going to have to live with just short passes, playing a very safe game, make them lean on their run game and their defense, and I don't know that they're really built to do that. So Cook's a guy who throws a really nice deep ball. He played in some big games with Michigan State. You know, I don't know that he'll be great stepping in if he has to as a playoff starter, you know, making his starting debut in the playoffs against a really good pass defense in Houston. But I think he gives them more of a chance to take some shots and to open things up. So at least from that perspective, you know, they're pretty stuck as it is without having Derek Carr there. So maybe you are better off rolling the dice and just playing with the guy who gives you a little higher ceiling.
Chris, I've never really understood this. Why don't teams give, in the course of a season, there are opportunities to get all of your quarterbacks onto the field, just for several snaps, maybe for a couple of minutes, maybe just a drive, but get them on the field, give them a chance to play in some NFL games where they don't have to come in as the third stringer making his debut or something like that at the end of the season in Week 17 with so much riding on the line, or, you know, having Connor Cook basically having no experience possibly going into a playoff game. Why don't teams do that more often and just basically tell their starting quarterbacks, you're fine, we're going to have to play these other guys just in case?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good question. It's tough for the Raiders in Cook's spot because he wasn't even active for much of the season. You know, they were counting on Matt McGloin to be their backup if Carr went down, and McGloin does have some experience, so at least you kind of lean into that. But I do think it is an interesting question because even that Giants-Redskins game, Eli Manning, I mean, let's be honest, I applaud the Giants for playing hard, and I'm sure the Packers and Lions, especially the Lions now, will thank them for playing hard. It really didn't make any sense for them to have Eli Manning in that game in the third and fourth quarter, and that's a spot maybe you could have gotten your backup some reps, and just in case you need him next week in the playoffs. I don't really know why coaches stick to that. I mean, I think some of it is that, yeah, their starters don't want to come off the field. They want to play every down, and you certainly want your best quarterback out there at all possible moments. But we see how hard it is for these backups to step in and play. I mean, I think the honest truth of it is that teams know that they're in pretty bad shape for the most part if they have to go to their backup. There aren't 32 starting quarterbacks in the league that play really well, let alone 64 quarterbacks if you count the backup. So I think it's just a tough spot regardless.